The NFL draft is almost here, and I'm wrapping up my 7-round mock draft series where I go through all 32 teams and do 7-round mock drafts for all of them. We're wrapping it up with the South, and it's going to be the NFC South today. So Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers. Before we get into the mock draft, I always go over my draft strategy for each team. So let's go ahead and do it for the Carolina Panthers. We're going heavy on the defense. Pick 8, it should be a great spot to grab an edge, assuming Abdul Carter is the only one taken off the board. And even if there's another edge that comes off the board, there's going to be someone that I like there. I just know it. And then safety is a bit of a need on this squad, even with the addition of Trevon Merrick. So pick 57, depending on how the board falls, could be a sweet spot for that. And we can't neglect the offense. We got to help Bryce Young. So I'm going to be looking for a speed option at wide receiver, probably either with that 74th pick or on day 3. Going to the New Orleans Saints. Listen, if Shador is available at pick 9, I'm going to consider it. I'm going to talk it through. I'm going to consider it, but I know I want to address the trenches pretty heavily, whether it's the defensive interior, one of the tackle positions, the guard position. I want to address it. Corner, though, could be a sneaky option at pick 40 because things get a little hairy in this corner class after the second round. If we don't take one at 40, we're probably not going to take one till later on. And I also want to get a big-bodied pass catcher, preferably a wide receiver because, well, the Saints wide receiver room is pretty light. Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons. Listen, I don't do trades in this. Wish I could trade. Just want to make that known. I wish if I could, I would trade down from that pick. However, at pick 15, if we're going to stick it and pick it, it's going to be an edge. It's going to be an edge. The pass rush on this squad has been terrible for too long. However, Jared Wilson at pick 46 intrigues me. It might seem a bit high, but we should consider a center at some point, given you just lost Dahlman via free agency. So we'll talk about that when we get there. And then next, I want to get depth in the secondary. I know we don't got a lot of picks. So our depth spots for the secondary are probably going to be pick 118, then these late day 3 picks, unless we address it at 46. But it's something that I'm going to keep in mind. And then last but not least, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going best player available on the defense for pick 9, whether it be linebacker, pass rush, maybe even corner, maybe even safety. We're going to consider it all. It's going to be a very defensive heavy draft, as it should be. We're going to go heavy on the defense throughout the whole draft. However, if the value's right, I might sneak in a tight end pick here. It's a good tight end class. By the way, did I mention we're going heavy on the defense? So without further ado, let's get into this sucker. Special thanks to our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Let me actually talk to y'all about Underdog Fantasy for a second. If you didn't know, if you sign up, download the app, and use the promo code BROSHMO, they will match your first deposit up to $1,000 dues. But that ain't it. Currently, they got their extenders for the NBA playoffs. So, hey, the longer a series goes, the better your boost will be. Matter of fact, let me bring that sucker up so I can show you exactly how this thing works. So your boost your profits 40% by using your game 1 token. Using your game 1 token to unlock your game 2 token. Using each of the following profit boost tokens to unlock the next. So it goes up to 100% if the game reaches Game 7. So that's absolutely nutty. So if you want to get in on that action, remember who told you about it. You sign up with promo code Broshmo, but please play responsibly, play within your means. Let's get into this sucker. Let's hit the start button. Oh no, an ad. And it's gone. There we go. So I'm going to be starting off with the Carolina Panthers. Again, we're very adamant about taking an edge here. What are these? What is wrong with mock draft simulators? I got Abdul Carter available here. There ain't no way. I want to see just how the beginning of this. We went to PFF. It was wonky. Giants go Will Johnson. Okay. 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 Listen, guys, Abdul Carter's not going to be here in real life. He's just not. I mean, you never know. But this I'm quite sure of. But I think we're still going to go. You could talk me into Tyler Warren, but I'm a big fan of Mike Green. This is somewhat of what I would do. I mean, shoot, I gave you my own draft strategy. I'm going Mike Green for the Carolina Panthers, which means Shador is available for us. So is Abdul Carter, but again, Abdul doesn't exist in this world because that's just not reality. It's just not reality. Derek Carr, he's likely gone after next season. He's going to miss sometime, if not the whole season, with the shoulder injury. Is this kind of your scapegoat to, hey, well, let's go ahead and bring in the guy if he makes it to us? If Shador falls to us, let's go ahead and take him. Or are you going to be like, oh, well, maybe next year's class will be better? And right now, yes, it looks like it can be better, but you never know with these draft classes. That's the thing. A lot of things change within a year's time. You don't know who's going to declare, who's going to decide to return. I mean, even with Arch Manning, I know his family might be adamant that, no, you should probably stick around and play for 2 years. And with NIL, dude, he's going to be getting paid bank. You might be looking at Garrett Nussmeier here, which I'm sure the offensive coordinator for the Saints would actually be pretty happy with that. I mean, that's the thing. You go to next year and you hope you can shoot your shot on a higher upside prospect. And I think that's ultimately what I'm going to decide to do here. Let's take a look. I think Will Campbell is available here. You give him a shot to play tackle. He's got versatility on both sides of the football, or at least both sides of the offensive line, whether it be right or left. Even if he ends up being a guard, it's still a plus pick. We could go defensive tackle. It's a good tackle class, though. I think I'm going to go with Will Campbell. So there it is. The Atlanta Falcons. Again, I would trade this pick if I could, but I cannot. But we already know this pick is going to be edge. Might as well look at best available on the board. Wow, Tyler Warren making it past the Colts. Oh, the Colts went with Jahad Campbell. I mean, they needed a linebacker, I suppose. Who are the top edge rushers on the board? Mikael Williams, Donovan Ezra-Rock, who's an interesting one. James Pierce and Mikael Williams. May have said Mikael Williams' name twice. Shamar Stewart. You could shoot for the high upside prospect with Shamar Stewart. Mikael Williams still putting it together as a pass rusher. Not as freaky as Shamar Stewart, but very disciplined run defender. I think Ezra-Rock is a consideration, absolutely. Will Johnson. Okay, I was kind of hoping Will Johnson was still on board, but man, Jahdae Barron. Do you think we should throw a curveball in this sucker? Because I'll tell you this: if I go Jahdae Barron here at 15, I'm going edge at 46. I'm just am. Leonard Floyd ain't enough, which means, hey, we're gonna trust who's the center right now? Ryan, was it Nezil, or I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't know how much faith you have in him, but I think I'm about to go Jahdae. I think I'm going Jahdae. Holy moly. Holy moly. And now we're here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tyler Warren's still on the board. It's like no tight end has come off the board yet. That's wild. That's just nuts. Man, I'm still reveling in what I did with the Falcons. I thought maybe 46 could be a spot where we go corner, but look, here we are now. Okay, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shamar Stewart's interesting. They like freaks that can just pin their ears back and get after it. Stewart can be that, pairing him next to Yaya. Bowles, this has to be defense regardless. Corner is not quite what I want it to be. Maybe you can make a grab at 53 if you really want to. Nick Manawari again. Oh, if I really want to go in, And I mean in on the freak. It's Manawari. I think I might go Stewart. Just bet on those physical tools. Donovan Ezeraku is actually very interesting. Get a nice sudden player. I think I'm making the switch, making the change. I think I'm going with Donovan Ezeraku. I did it. Ezeraku off the board for the Bucks. Oh, you like the NFL draft. Matter of fact, you love the NFL draft, which means you're going to love my draft guide. If you want to know every player your team drafts or even signs as an undrafted free agent, then this is for you. My draft guide updates every day, and you'll be able to see those updates in real time as I add new evals and player backgrounds. It'll have analytics from this year and last year. It'll have the pro day and combine numbers. It'll even have my notes from the senior and Shrine Bowl. It's a one-time purchase of $30 via PayPal, Venmo, or the Cash App. You can check out the pinned comment or the description if you want to follow those links. And when you do purchase it, please be sure to include your email because it is a Google spreadsheet. So I'm going to require your email. Don't make me hunt it down because I will hunt you down. I will find you and I'll make sure you get your money's worth. Anywho, thanks for supporting the channel. All right, we're here in round 2. We took Will Campbell. Zabel, my boy Gray Zabel still on the board. Oh, doesn't that make me feel silly? Let's see what's available at corner. Revel's probably going to be the pick. Look at that. All those corners just fell off, like, are gone. If I don't take one here, 71, there's not going to be a guy to take. I like the upside of Revel. Let's just do our due diligence. Take a gander. I don't know why I'm clicking quarterback, but I am. Oh, wide receiver. Dude, Burden, Eka Buka. Interesting thoughts, but I want to go with someone like I really think if we're the Saints, Torrey Horton's going to be on our board. Alec Manor, Jack Besh. I think for now, the better bet is Savone Revel. Yep. Atlanta Falcons. Well, we're going edge. I already said it. Let's see who's still left. Landon Jackson. Get one of these freaky guys. JT Tuimalau. Princely Umami Ellen I like. Braden Swinson. A lot of players I like. Femi Aladejo. Let's see. The top guy for me would probably be Princely or Landon. I think I'm gonna go with the guy with that I think is a bit stronger in Landon Jackson. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Might as well take a gander at tight end while we're here. Mason, okay, it's your usual suspects. What about corner? Aaron Porter's still here. They developed a very freaky corner by the name of Zion McCollum. So that's a thought. Xavier Watts being here is kind of fun, but I think I'm going to go with Porter because once he's off the board, I mean, we're not going to be taking a corner. Let me tell you, after Porter, it's like you got Parrish, and then it's a bunch of guys that maybe go back into the 3rd round or somewhere in the 4th, 5th. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to go Porter. Carolina Panthers. I took Mike Green. I do want to see what the safety class looks like. Xavier Watts is still there. I'm going to look at who's still available. Oh, Schwessinger. Yeah, no, we're going Xavier Watts. Mike Green, Xavier Watts. I feel really good about that. Really good. On to the 3rd. It's the Saints. We took Revel. We took Campbell. Alfred Collins is here. I do want that meaty run defender. He would be that guy. Okay, that felt kind of well for us then. Let's look at the wide receivers. I mean, we're gonna miss out on Manor, but again, Horton we can maybe target at Either 112 or 93. Dante Thornton's interesting. He certainly is. Could always go with the pass catcher. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with Collins. We need a good run stuffer there in the middle for Staley. That's gonna be the guy. And then the Carolina Panthers. Man, I've just kind of had one of my favorite drafts. Xavier Watts, Mike Green. Oh, I'm feeling good. I feel like I can go anywhere and be A-okay. Princely's still around. Do like me, Princely. What else could I get if I'm the Panthers? It's probably I want to stick with defense. Parrish, I could bring in. You could work inside and outside. Linebacker, still not so much on the table. If Schwessinger still found his way here, I want to make that a consideration. I really don't mind doubling up on the edge. Jared Wilson's here. Currently, what they have? They have Austin Corbett and who's the Mays? Is it Cooper Mays? Former Tennessee center. Why can't I find the Carolina Panthers? There we go. So they got Corbett, Cade Mays. I think Cooper is his brother, who's actually in this draft class. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind another linebacker. But I think corner is probably the better play. Getting someone that can work inside and out, just having good depth. I could add another edge. Again, not like I don't know if DJ Johnson makes the roster, if I'm gonna be honest. Just don't. Yeah, no, I'll think I'll go with corner. If I take it now, I don't have to like consider some of these other guys later that I don't love. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ezraku, Porter. That's a good draft. Let's look at safety. Kevin Winston Jr. still being here is golly easy money. Really is. Is there a? There's a couple of guys. Let's look at tight end. Why not? Yeah, I don't want any tight end. What about linebacker? Demetrius Knight. Ooh, pairing him up with Vontae David. Okay, I think so. I think I like that. We're gonna do it. All right, back here with the New Orleans Saints. Trying to remember what I was discussing. I think I was talking about wide receivers. Torrey Horton. I don't know if Torrey Horton makes it to 112. Is there another player I might want here? A lot of good pass rushers. We got our corner. There's really not much at tackle. Again, we're kind of banking on Will Campbell being our tackle. We maybe make a play a run back Scattaboo. Oh, let's look one more time at wide receiver. Yeah, I think we gotta go Horton, but golly, Scattaboo. It's interesting to pair up with Kamara. Golly, that's interesting. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. Hopefully Horton's available for us at 112. If not, then we'll probably look for Dante Thornton. It's probably where my head is currently at. So we'll go with Scattaboo. Just like that, we're entering the 4th round with the Carolina Panthers. I think I want to grab speed at wide receiver. That speed would be Kyle Williams. I absolutely love him. He's in my top 75. Sounds like most people are like 3rd to 4th round grade with him though, so he's within this range. Okay, Saints. Wide receivers are coming off the board. Can Thornton make it to us at 131? I don't know if I want to risk that. Because if we don't get him, then I mean, Pat Bryant, he's big. Tesla's unproven. It's just that combination of speed and just legit vertical ability. Oh. Could go with another edge. Kyle Kennard being here is good value. I like David Walker as well. I think we're probably gonna go with Thornton. Feels maybe not necessarily that rich, but maybe a little bit higher than you would think he would go. But again, don't want to risk him not being available to me at my next pick. Carolina Panthers done a good job. Address a lot. This is probably a spot for linebacker with Stutzman still on the board. I like bringing that in with Trevin. I mean, they still got Josie Jewell. Stutzman won't have to start right away. Trevin Wallace showed some encouraging signs. So I'll go with Stutzman. Atlanta Falcons. Oh, is there a center here for me? Is there a center here for me? Jackson Slater can play center. Certainly can. I mean, I got an edge. I got a corner. Let me go back to the script, the draft strategy. Yeah, you know what? Well, let's take a quick gander. It's Kevin Winston. Ain't no way. I'm gonna give this asterisk. I don't think he's here. I don't think he makes it here. I don't think he slips out of day 2, unless his leg is literally off of his body. We're going to go with Jackson Slater. I really like him as a potential center. Even then, he's good guard depth. Snag him there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got Fergie still on the board. If we want to bring in a blocking tight end, there's Haas. Let's see. Best player available. Oh, Kyle Kennard. Double up on that sucker. Legitimately can double up on that sucker. That would be good help at edge. What's safety? Billy Bowman. The tight ends take quarterback first and they just pulled a whole Washington. They took quarterback with the first overall pick, Cam Ward, and then they snagged a quarterback on day 3. This goes back to like Robert Griffin and Kirk Cousins going to Washington in the same draft. That's wild. I think I've probably talked myself into going with Kyle Kennard because it's just good value. It just is. New Orleans Saints. What about quarterback? Quinn Ewers. Oh, Dylan Gabriel. That's right. I said let's look at quarterback. Oh, I can't help it, man. The quarterback room outside Derek Carr, like I don't feel great about Spencer Rattler, Jake Haener going in there and having starts next year. I mean, I guess if we're tanking for a quarterback, don't really matter. What about depth along the offensive line? Dylan Fairchild would be a nice guy to come in and play guard. Again, this is assuming that Will Campbell is a tackle. A lot of assumptions being made. I think I will go with that. Hey, man, Kellen Moore's coming from Philly. He likes Georgia guys. He probably loves them. Carolina Panthers. Dressed everywhere on the defense, and I'm very happy about that. I like David Walker. You can take a shot on Quay Robinson, just toolsy player. If we want to go with another corner, it would be Quincy Riley. Not really a tight end. I mean, we could take a shot on a running back, like a home run threat running back. I know they brought in Rico Dottle. Unfortunately, Oh, Lincoln, Jonathan Brooks having the back-to-back ACL injuries, that just sucks. So you just gotta assume. You know what? It just might be a miss for us. Dotto, I think, is on a 1-year deal anyway. Question is, I don't know if RJ Harvey makes it to 140. I could see Bashul Tutin making it to 140. So I'm going to grab the home run play with Tutin. Carolina Panthers, we're back up on the clock. And I think I might go with that corner. I love how competitive Quincy Riley is. I really do. And to me, it's a pretty significant fall off after that. So I'm gonna grab some more guys for the secondary. I think that's the right call. Tampa Bay Buccaneers doubled up on edge. We got a linebacker, a corner. Is there a safety? Dude, Jonas Sanker, here in the 5th, not out of the realm of possibility. If we're looking for a thumper, he is a thumper. Yeah, no. He's not going to last long. He ain't going to make it back to us. Carolina Panthers, we're in best player available territory. That's just where we are. They keep addressing defense. Caleb Rogers could be a center. Okay, you know what? We can look at some center options. I'm not a Seth McLaughlin guy. Just not. Jake Majors, excuse me. Drew Kendall, Joshua Gray, Caleb Webb. Okay, there's some guys still left on the board. So I think, man, David Walker's interesting. You're kind of hoping that's better. Amari Barno. Yeah, I'll bank on that. I'll bank on the 25-year-old. New Orleans Saints. Riley Leonard. Could be fun, though. Could be fun. Let's see. What else can we do here? We've addressed the offensive line. We grab a pass rusher. Sorrells, interesting. Quay Robinson, we could develop. I like John Joyner as well. Joyner's got some of those traits as well. Top guys on the board. Don't love it. Baron Sorrell. I just don't believe the lack of length with him. At least Joyner's got some long arms. Who's higher on my board? I do got Joyner higher. Or excuse me, Sorrell. Better athlete. Not by much, though. Oh, excuse me. No, it's actually Joyner that's a better athlete. Yeah, I'll go Joyner. 6th round, best player available territory, ladies and gentlemen, because, well, shoot, now it's officially the 7th round. Well, I wonder if there's any competition at safety. Oh, kidding. Crawford? Don't mind if I do. This is like my favorite late round target for safety. And just because he plays so much special teams. Carolina Panthers, we've done everything I wanted to. Again, this is best player available territory. Jalen Lynn's interesting. Kind of rhymed. I think I will take Lane. I said Jalen Lynn. I think I will take Lane. I'll roll the dice again on a speedy threat. More so Lane probably has to function in the slot, though. Wish he had better ball skills. All right, Buccaneers. Never got that tight end. Said I would consider it, but at this juncture, I mean, we could go Joshua Simon. He's like vastly a better athlete than what they currently have at tight end. He's just not an inline guy, which is fine. They got a couple of inline guys already on the roster. Simon could just be a role specific. Hey, go tear it up the seams for Baker. I'll do that. I'm down. Down to clown. Atlanta Falcons. Honestly, did everything that I wanted. Don't know if there is another edge player I would love here. Could take a gander at a linebacker. There's a few linebackers that are fun. I mean, they let Nate Landman go for nothing. Sean Dolak feels like he can sneakily be a good starter at some point. So I'm down. I'm down with getting Dolak. And then I believe this is our final. No, we got 2 picks with the Saints. Oh, Saints, we're just doing best player available at this point. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Kobe Hudson's another big-bodied wide receiver. Not the vertical threat that Thornton can be, but I think he's a little bit more diverse as a route runner. Down with that. And then this should be our final pick of the draft. Oh, Clay Webb, man. Oh, do I just like continue to go on the offensive line? Like, why not? This offensive line needs help. I love Webb. I would take him much higher than this. I'll do it. We're going to renovate this offensive line. So let's go ahead and get into each of these draft classes. I ended up with the Saints opting not go with Shedeur Sanders. I went with Will Campbell, whether he's a tackle for us or a guard to help along the offensive line. Savon Revel, if I wanted to get a corner in this class, I felt like I had to do it at that pick. Did it at that pick. I love Revel. Alfred Collins could be that nice, hefty player that just eats a lot of space along the defensive line. Cam Skattebo at 93 just felt like good value, good compliment to Alvin Kamara. I mean, we don't have a lot of speed in the backfield, but it is what it is. Dante Thornton, there's that big body pass catcher I wanted to get. And then after that, I was just getting good depth, good developmental guys. Dylan Fairchild, someone that could maybe make a push to be a starter at guard in the future. Jaw Joyner, someone you could develop, or at the very least, a very good DPR. Kobe Hudson, another big body pass catcher. It's a little different than Thornton. And then Clay Webb, absolutely love him, whether he's a guard or a center in the NFL. Moving on to Atlanta Falcons, not much to talk about. I threw a total wrench into my draft strategy and was like, you know what? Let's take Jahdae Barron and see how this mock draft ends up. And honestly, not bad. I got Landon Jackson there to play edge. He's a bit of a freak. And Jackson Slater, I still ended up getting my center at 118. So we'll sit in pretty. Kenan Crawford might not be a starter, but you know he's going to be a hell of a good special teamer. Sean Dolak might not be a starter, but you know he's going to be a hell of a good special teamer. So I thought it was a good draft for the Falcons. Carolina Panthers, I took Mike Green because that's my guy. I love taking Mike Green at pick 8. And then Xavier Watts was available at 57. So to me, probably the most dire needs on the defense I addressed. Jacoby Parrish, I figured if I wasn't going to take a corner at 74, I really wasn't going to get one that I like a ton through the remainder of the draft. So I took Parrish, who has that inside-outside versatility. Kyle Williams is some speed at wide receiver, which we ended up doubling up on with Jalen Lane at the end of the draft. Danny Stutzman maybe could be a future starter at linebacker for the Panthers. Bashal Tutin is speed in that backfield. We had a lot of picks. Why not take advantage of a very good running back class? David Walker, just some more edge help, more of a DPR type. And Quincy Riley, he's coming in to be competition at the corner position. I thought that I really liked that draft because, well, I guess some guys fell to me that I didn't expect to be there. I went with Donovan Ezeraku. I haven't really done this in a mock draft, so I figured let's do it. Let's send it. Let's see how the remainder of the draft ends up for us. Darian Porter ends up being a bit of a developmental corner that you can maybe start early on just because he's so athletically gifted, but they have a good history at developing athletically gifted corners. They just do. Demetrius Knight is, to me, a plug-and-play linebacker right from the get-go. Should complement Levante David. Kyle Kennard, so some extra depth there at edge. Jonas Sanker at 157 was a bit of a steal. In my opinion, I think he's the best box safety, like true box-only safety in this class. So I like his ability to play around line of scrimmage for the Bucs. And then Joshua Simon, who is just a bit of an athletic freak at tight end. Might not be the best blocker, but he could be a mismatch nightmare in 2 tight end sets. But that was the mock draft. You go ahead. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, and another special thanks to our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. If you do download the app, sign up using promo code Broshmo. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.